Hello, and welcome to the new and improved Pull Yourself to Pieces
Da-da-da! Sorry.
fanfare. Thank you very much. We love fanfare here.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
fan.
That's how we ended up being here.
Yeah.
Hence, new and improved. Apparently, the dream of starting a podcast, a comedy podcast, where it became a labor of love, and we decided just to try and make people laugh, has not caught on. And in fact, we're losing listeners in droves. And so we've decided to change the format here, and it's going to be more like a talk show, but still in a comedic vein. We're
Yes.
still going to have a few of the favorite segments from past episodes, and hopefully we can generate a new audience, at least some people that appreciate interesting talk. Bill and I have about 121 years of life experience between us, and we have a lot to say. And so, welcome to episode, is this
22.
22
Yeah.
of what I'm calling the new and improved Pull Yourself to Pieces, where our new motto is, Bill, what is our new motto?
Our new motto is getting what's inside out.
Aha.
Right.
And I hope that doesn't mean a lot of gas, because this mic will pick up a loud fart.
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
you have to be careful what you do here.
You want to know something? I haven't told you this, and it's just it's funny. When we were discussing changing the format of the show, we also discussed briefly, like maybe going on a hiatus, or maybe for a while,
Right.
even a permanent one was even in the question. But
Uh-huh.
ironically enough, we've done pretty well in the last couple of days. We've actually had some really high downloads for the past
I
episodes.
see.
It's,
I see.
how weird is that?
They're happy when we don't come on. That's it. So when we're quiet and we shut up and we don't do a show, we have more listeners.
Right,
Okay.
right. Don't do a
All right.
show, and
people
everyone's going to
are
come. It's not
people
like
are-
that.
Yeah. Build it and they will come. No.
Right. It's not going to be. It's not like that movie. No.
Keep quiet and they'll
What
show
movie
up.
was that? I can't.
Yeah,
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. Okay,
Field of Dreams.
people are fickle, Bill. They're fickle. So I want to talk about baby wipes.
I'm sorry. What?
I want to talk about baby wipes.
Of course, that would be the first thing off the top of my mind. Baby wipes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because
Baby
Here's the-
wipes.
baby wipes.
You know,
Because
I got
what?
a problem with that before you even start, because
What's your problem?
well,
Do you use them?
yeah.
Okay, so what's the
Well-
problem?
Well,
Yeah.
I had children. It's been a very long time since they were babies, and I can't help but associate the smell of a baby wipe with a baby. So it's
Oh, you have a problem. You have a real problem.
yeah. So I
Hey.
feel like there should be adult wipes also. No.
Oh well.
Go ahead.
Well, yes.
Oh.
That would be an interesting concept, adult wipes, because I mean, what's the difference here? Whether you wipe yourself with a baby wipe or an adult wipe, the wipe is the same. It's how it's packaged. Now, my
Sure.
wipes have Disney characters on them.
Okay.
Oh,
Adorable. Oh.
Yeah, very adorable on the packaging. And I happen to get my wipes from Dollar General. Now,
Okay.
so I was on the bowl the other day, and I was about to grab a wipe, because here's the thing.
These are the ones that you can flush.
No, these are not flushable wipes. No,
Oh.
these are not flushable. So
Okay.
so my thinking is that before I discovered baby wipes, apparently I was not doing a good enough job, and you
What-
really don't
Was the
know.
white police coming to your house?
No.
All right.
But
All right, hold on, buddy.
until-
Let's take a
until
look.
until you follow up with a baby wipe and inspect that thing, you have no idea what you have left behind, no pun intended. And so baby
Oh.
wipes will basically clean you better than some
Dry paper.
roll than dry paper.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's horrible. The whole system is terrible. It's antiquated. We
Yeah.
need a better system.
I
But
don't think the
so
bidet is a solution either, in my
oh
opinion.
no, I mean
Spraying
so
water? What?
so something's going to
I
spray
got a
water at your
swamp butt.
ass, and now what are you supposed to do? Sit there until you drip dry? Who's
Yeah.
got this kind of time?
You
I
got
have
a
a life.
swampy
I
butt.
have stuff to do.
Yeah.
Seriously. All right, we're getting off topic. Anyway, baby wipes.
Sorry.
Now, I just happened to look at the package, and on the package, it
Right.
lists 3 things that you can do with these baby wipes. And I'm going to give them to you, not in any order, but just I'm going to give you the 3 things that you can do with baby wipes. You ready?
Right out there. Okay.
Bottom, face, hands. Now, if you are not particularly intelligent and you don't figure out the best way to use those wipes for all 3 purposes, you could really do some major damage. And what I mean is there's only one way to group that so that from start to finish, you don't send your baby to the hospital with stomach virus or really bad
Baby or yourself.
or yourself. So now, given those 3, and I'll read them to you again, I'll change it around. Hands, bottom, face. If you were to take that baby wipe, what is the first thing you would use with it? What is the first thing you would do with it?
Yeah, the first thing is gonna be my mouth.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. What?
No. What is the first thing? No, the 3 choices were face, hands, bottom.
Oh, face.
So-
So face.
Face. Good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
and then
that's
what's the second thing you're going to do with them?
Well, it's gonna be your hands.
Good. And finally,
And then your bottom. Right?
okay.
So, and
Now-
it has to be in that order.
Now you have a functioning brain. Imagine
Oh.
somebody stupid that doesn't realize the correct way or in order to
Right.
use that baby wipe. You have to pity the outcome of
Oh, boy.
making bad decisions.
Does the package say bottom first?
No, it doesn't actually.
What? do you
Bottom is
remember?
actually last.
Oh,
uh,
okay. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, bottom's last. But not too many people think
Right.
that just because you're reading left to right, meaning that that's the correct order.
Right. Right.
I mean, it took me a minute to sit there and think about it myself and think, you know what? If I took one of these things, the first thing I'd want to wipe would be face. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Good. Clean the
Yeah.
face and then my
Now,
hands.
if you
and then
screw
last-
up a little bit and you do the hands and then the face, it's not that bad. But I mean, your
not
hands
that bad.
usually have a lot of germs.
Not that
so-
bad. But the
No,
worst
but it-
way, if you do bottom first, you got trouble, buddy.
Yeah, but when you come in from somewhere, okay, outside with the general
Yeah.
public who are carrying a million
Yeah.
different diseases these days,
Yeah.
I don't go in and wash my face first. In fact, I don't even wash my face unless I'm in the shower. So for me, it's come home and wash my hands.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to use a wipe, it's going to be, well, if I'm not thinking about my face, it's probably going to be hands, and then then it
Bottom.
would be butt. But if you're
Yeah.
using if you just got the wipes there just for
Your
the
butt.
purpose of
Yeah.
butt, yeah, then
Right.
But like you said,
But-
there's a lot of stupid people.
There's a lot of
Stupid people.
as we have seen, and we'll be talking about that soon. So,
Oh,
all right. So, what is it you'd like to talk about? You had mentioned something about millennials.
oh, well, you know what? I was reading this article about something that you and I can relate to a little bit as we're getting up there in years with our combined 121 years of
Right,
experience.
just in case-
that would
just
mean
in
we have
case
an
our
average
audience-
age of 60 and a half years old.
Right, because in
which-
case our audience doesn't know, I am my birthday's coming up in March, and I will be 64.
Yeah, and I'll be a month later, I'll be 59. So we're not
Yeah.
spring chickens anymore.
Well,
but,
we're not spring chickens.
but what's funny is what I remember growing up. What I can
Well, I hope so.
I can remember. I remember even when I was what was it? In the 70s. Okay, so I was in my
Teens.
preteens, pretty
Yeah,
much.
preteens. Yeah.
I remember either reading a book or reading an article. There was this whole thing about the year 2000. And that was like, wow, 25 years later. I would have been, I think, 37 in the year 2000. And I was thinking then, like, wow, that's old. Thinking that 37 was old. And as you get old, you keep on thinking like, oh, well, that's going to be older and that's going to be older. You know, it's like what you think is old. And then when you get to there, so you don't think, wow, 37, I don't feel like I'm old at all. You know, then you get to like 40s and it's still thinking like, oh, old is like somebody really old.
Yeah. It's amazing how your perceptions change.
Oh yeah. Especially as you age.
And then when you should happen to hear about things that really old people are doing in their 90s and in their hundreds, you sit there and you think, well, that's not that old either.
You say like doing things that they're doing that are like impressive for their age.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Where old went now from 90 to 100 to 110, 120 now. That just got old.
You know, there's always that thing where they say, oh, you know, 60 is the new 40, you know, okay, which is taking 20 years off. So, you know, that's quite a bit. So I would definitely say I feel I could be a little more physically fit. I'd like to be, but I definitely feel what I believe would be in my 40s, especially when I was younger.
So how old are you in your head?
That's what's funny. I was going to bring it up to you, and I think you and I've had this conversation. I'm still like 18, 20 years old in my head.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's just
me too.
Something genetically for us, but you know, the other person that we don't really talk to that we're related to, I know she's kind of the same way too. That's maybe the only thing we have in common.
Yeah.
We definitely all feel in our heads that we're way younger than what we are physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, well, it turns out this article says that people, you know, based on what they you know, what they did with the study, that you're only really old starting in your upper 70s. So that's
I have a little time.
Yeah, right. You got a little time.
I have some time.
And what makes us younger is pretty much, I mean, you didn't give specifics, but it's pretty much things like you said, older people that are doing things that are kind of impressive for their age, people that are old and they're just starting to exercise and they get into like some really, you know, some real heavy duty exercising. I think of J.K. Simmons. I recently was like totally shocked to see that the guy, I was telling you, the guy's shredded. He's like incredibly cut. He's upper 60s and he looks fantastic, you know. But I think the fact that we're way more conscious, way more than our parents were in our generations before, conscious of being physically fit, eating better,
without a doubt,
game playing, right, reading, and being more active, it definitely keeps us younger, and it really makes the difference. It makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this study, you want to give us the highlights?
Well, I think I kind of did, but what's interesting, there's a big part of the study which talks about millennials, and I guess they tie that in because millennials will look at people because sure they're in their 20s and 30s, whatever it is, and go, oh, that's someone who's old. So this study has like a pretty big checklist of things that make you old or make you appear to be old to the younger generation.
All right, so let's give us some
All right,
examples.
I'm going to give you some of these, and we'll run down and see how old you and I really seem to be.
Okay.
Number one is if we still use cash. Now, I don't know about you, but I really don't. I carry like almost no cash in my wallet.
Oh, I have. I don't want to brag, but I carry around about $1,000 in my wallet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just for emergency though, because you never know. Seriously, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I have $1,000 in my wallet. Now you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen. Your car could break down in the middle of bumfucked Egypt, and for some reason the tow truck driver only takes cash.
But $1,000?
Yeah, I could be driving down the road and pass a flea market or a garage sale, and somebody's got something for sale that I've wanted or been looking for the longest time, and they're not going to take a check or a credit card. They're going to want cash.
Oh boy. I
And
could
so
on the opposite end, I could probably get arrested for vagrancy because I think under $20
you're in trouble, buddy.
right.
You're in trouble.
So I'm carrying like no cash.
Yeah.
The only thing I use for cash is like if I'm going to play like scratch offs or lotto
Oh
or
no,
something like that.
I use cash a lot.
You
I use
do?
cash a lot. I pay for restaurant meals with cash. I pay for when I go to the laundromat. I pay cash. Yeah, I use a lot of cash. I don't use. I don't. First of all, I don't use my phone for anything other than talking to clients,
right.
talking to family, or taking a snapshot occasionally once in a while. That's it. I have maybe 3 apps on my phone.
I got to tell you, I'd be very nervous carrying around that kind of cash.
Well,
You're okay with that?
You remember what I look like, right? What happens when I put on my mean face?
Yeah, and that's without a weapon.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I guess you're okay. That money's safe. That's a lot of money too. That's going to be a big wallet.
No, it's hundreds. It's just it's
okay.
$100 bills.
All right.
Yeah.
I give you credit. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I've always felt like it would be good to have a backup. Good to have to carry around some
your
cash
logic there,
just
but
in case.
1,000. I mean,
and I could have, and you realize I could go a whole year and not even touch that money. But it's just good to know that I have it in that wallet.
I put a lot of faith in my debit card and my credit card.
I have those too.
They're in there. Yeah, they're in there.
Yeah,
I
have them too. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. They have on here putting a hanky up your sleeve. Up your sleeve. What are you gonna write?
Now, I've heard of putting playing cards up your sleeve when you want to pull 4 aces, but a hanky? Oh, for fuck's sake! I didn't. Hanky stopped when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Mom would stick a hanky in my shirt because I went to Catholic school, and she goes,
right.
"If you have to blow your nose, take out your hanky."
It was in the pocket, right?
It was in the pocket.
The pencils would go when you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no hanky. And so people that use hankies are old. Yeah, I can see that. I agree with that.
All right. How about this? When you get a bill in the mail, a physical bill.
Oh my gosh, I have
right.
Plenty
That's
of bills
you.
come.
That is definitely you. I know.
Lots of bills come in the mail.
That's not me. Okay, I have gone so digital and so online and mobile.
Oh yeah.
That I know there's the danger of sure, but I'm putting my faith in the fact that I can get immediate alerts if my card is used, immediate alerts if my debit card is used.
Sure.
And I can jump on that right away, so
no, I'm still buying stamps, and I lick the envelope after I stick my check in it.
Kills me to send out something in the mail. I just all right. How about this? Yeah. Having expensive like cutlery, knives and stuff for an occasion.
Oh no,
I know. Same here.
No, it's like $20 at Walmart. I get a whole set.
Right.
No.
Okay. They got here making a list on pen and paper. Now, always. I know that's definitely you.
Oh, that's me. I've got I take 8x11s and I cut them up into 3 sections, and it's usually it's usually
wow, you're really mathematical with this.
Well, I need scrap paper, and so I cut it into 3 sections, and I use them to write little notes on. So I have I have on my desk, I have a bunch of pens and all these strips of paper, and I have names and addresses of people that I have to go see and stuff. And I'm looking at one right now, the one I wrote for the show.
It's funny.
Right now.
I have to put a check next to that one too. I'm right there with you on that. Even with as much as I use my phone and I'll write notes in my phone, when it comes to like a to-do list, it just doesn't work as good on the phone as I have it in front of me where I can cross it off and I can throw it away.
Yeah, sure.
There's something to be said about that. Somehow in my phone, the list, it gets forgotten.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
You
got the list there in front of you.
You got the list right in front of you, right on your desk. Remind you, I got a 1:00 appointment tomorrow in Midlothian, Virginia, to look at a job. If I put that on my phone, I would have forgotten about it.
Right. All right. Smoking. Millennials can
Well,
consider people who smoke old. I get the idea on that one, but you know
yeah,
what? We know millennials are still getting high and stuff, so they're finding their ways to not deal with
yeah.
smoke. They're doing gummies and they're doing
But for here's the truth behind this.
what?
When we were younger, you and I,
Everybody smoked.
everybody we knew,
Oh.
practically everybody we knew smoked.
And you and I never smoked, which is funny.
And we never smoked.
No, never did.
And practically all of my friends from high school and grade school,
A lot of
high
mine,
school
too.
smoked.
Yeah.
I didn't. Our parents smoked, even though one of them would swear that she never did.
Right. Briefly, very briefly she did. But yeah.
She smoked.
Right.
And if you remember, if you watched the movies or television, everybody in the movies, every man in a movie smoked.
And
practically
at jobs, right? Maybe you go to jobs, it was smoke-filled
Jobs?
rooms. I mean,
How about every single place,
restaurants,
even hospitals? People
was
used
it?
to
I don't remember.
Yeah,
How funny is
hospitals.
that?
People would smoke in hospitals. It was horrible.
Come a long way.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Especially for two people like you and me who didn't smoke. It was the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see how that would be a millennial's way of thinking that old people smoke. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. This one's funny because this one you don't do, which is very millennial, and I do still do. It's watching regular TV, which is funny.
Oh, well.
Because I still do, and you don't.
Yeah. Well, I gave TV up in 2003, and it changed my life in ways that are unimaginable.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm sure.
And it led to so many different things that I delved into.
Right.
And I don't miss it. And I'll tell you, after a few months of not watching television, catching glimpses of it here and there, either being out and about or in clients' homes or whatever, catching a glimpse of it, you realize how much you are talked down to, how juvenile television is, and how much it rots your brain.
Yeah.
It really rots your brain.
There occasionally has become some good stuff on television. You and I both have talked about some things that we've seen that they're more like a movie, and you're also not spending 4, 6, 8, 10 hours in front of television. You'll get a little bit of it, and then you go off and do other more creative, productive things.
Brain activity things.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Which is what happened with me.
Yeah. How about this one? You're gonna love this one. Millennials think you're old if you're still on Facebook.
Oh no, I gave that.
Neither one of us are on there these days. So.
2015. When,
oh wow! Yeah.
Trump arrived on the scene, and I realized how many relatives I now hate.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. Now here's an interesting one. This one needs interpretation because to me it says if you read books. Now, if they meant that millennials aren't reading books like traditional books, it's not saying like traditionally holding a book and reading it, or if you're reading a book like on like an iPad or like a
Kindle,
Kindle device, right?
Yeah.
Which I recently got one for for Christmas. Like the family got me one, and I trying to adjust it with my eye problem, but I like the idea because believe it or not, there's a lighting controls you can do on the device to make it not make your eyes so tired. Because I get tired when I read a regular book.
No, see, I'm just the opposite. I need to hold a book in my hand.
Yeah,
I like the feel of a book. I like to look at the book. I like everything about a book. And I have lots of books, and I'm an avid reader.
So we're both still reading. So though we get check marks for those too. So
yeah,
here's one that we both don't do anymore, and it's going to church. Obviously.
Oh well,
right.
I'm an atheist, and I've been an atheist probably since I'm 12.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
12?
Well, Catholic school did it for me.
Oh wow.
7 years of Catholic school in the 60s with nuns who were who enforced capital punishment, and who were all sexually frustrated and took it out on us boys.
Yeah, I guess that could do something to you. Sure.
That's when I lost my religion. So I've been an atheist since I'm about 12.
Wow. Yeah, well, I don't share that same,
no, you
non-belief.
You have more of an open mind than I have.
I do. I'm very, we'll have a discussion one of these days on the show about how we feel about things like that, because I think it's interesting where we stand, where we're not on opposite ends of the spectrum. We're just in different areas of the spectrum. if you
Yeah,
want to call
basically,
that, you know.
basically.
They have here talking on the phone. As
I do
opposed
that
to,
a lot.
yeah, which is funny to me because, yeah, and I do it. I mean, I actually prefer to talk on the phone than go back and forth with
Then
text, which
text.
is,
I hate texting.
and
I absolutely despise
this
texting.
is one of the problems with younger people, that, there's less and less
All they
actual
want to do is
communication, let
text.
alone
Right. All they
physical.
want to do is text.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk. They don't have the time for you. They want to be able to put their 3 or 4 words down and walk away and get on with their lives. They have no time to
Yeah,
talk.
I know. All right, how
And
about this? Apparently, millennials don't wear skinny jeans.
I love my skinny jeans. I'd be
Yeah, I knew that
lost
was
without my
coming.
skinny jeans. I'm telling you, I wish I had found skinny jeans 20 years ago
How do you get into
because
those things? I don't
as
know.
I tell you, as a bodybuilder, I have really big thighs and calves, and regular pants don't fit on my legs, but skinny jeans, oh, let me tell you, it's
That's because they
wonderful. Yeah.
stretch, right?
They stretch. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I can actually bend down without hearing a rip.
Okay.
That's horrible.
There's a
It was like
visual.
it was like being the Hulk. No, seriously, I have big thighs and big calves, and it's
Yeah.
stretchy
Yeah.
pants. Or yeah, so I have a whole closet full of those babies. Yeah.
All right. This isn't fair because it says using a camera makes you old. See, now, I don't know if I agree with that because our cameras are on our phones, so that's not really using it like a camera. I mean, that's
I
really not.
believe it or not, I've only owned one camera, and it was back in the '70s, and it was the Swinger. Meet the Swinger, Polaroid Swinger. Yeah, I had the Swinger. That's the only camera I've ever owned. I've never owned a camera since then. And yes, so there's been a camera on our phones for the last 20 years at
Right.
least, maybe
Yeah.
25 years, and I use it for work. But other than that, to just snap away pictures and have 1,000 pictures on my phone, that's not me. I don't do it.
I do that. So
I
you know
don't do
what?
it.
I'm gonna have to put a check next to mine there. And this last one
Yeah.
is really bizarre to me. It says you're old, according to millennials, if you're dating in real life. What does that mean?
Oh boy, I suddenly got old.
What-
Crap! I'm on 2 sites. I'm on 3
What
sites.
an alternative is if it's not real life? What, you're dating in like a virtual world?
No. What they do is they're
What?
all hipsters. They're all hipsters. They all
What does that
hang
mean?
out at Starbucks, and they all wear berets, and they all sit behind their their iPads or their computers, and occasionally they'll make eye contact with someone of the opposite sex or same sex. There's nothing wrong with that, and that would be dating for them. Me, at my age,
Wait, but there's conversations, but
no, very
nope.
rarely, very rarely conversations. Very rarely. Go into any Starbucks. It's like quiet as a church. Nope. Everybody's in their own little world. But occasionally someone will glance over at somebody else, make eye contact briefly, and then back into the screen.
Well,
And
but-
that's dating for them.
oh, that's dating for them.
That's dating for them. Yeah. They're out there. No, they're out there. They're not sitting in the basement at home. They're out there. They can nurse a latte for 4 hours. They're on their computer doing whatever, God knows whatever they're doing. And as people come and go, sometimes they'll interact a little bit here and there.
I gotta ask. So this makes my mind go into really weird places because now I gotta think. All right,
Yeah.
if you're dating someone,
Yeah.
or physically dating someone, right?
Oh,
You
so
gotta-
all right. So
you gotta-
you've already passed the process
yeah,
of finding somebody, and you now
You've got-
have someone.
right. So you've got a
Okay.
real relationship. It seems physical relationship with this person.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, you decide to have a date electronically with somebody. I don't know, like
There's no such thing.
is it?
There's no such
let's
thing.
let's just say you had a way to get onto your phone, right? And you start talking to somebody through some kind of chat thing, and it's like, hey, let's go on a date. All right. So you both use your
I do that now.
electronics.
Well, I do that
you both
now.
use electronics to go somewhere, and you're both like not really going anywhere. Let's say you're just like jointly watching a movie. These young people.
Oh,
you know,
no, I don't do
well,
that.
but
No.
wait. Let's say they're watching a movie, and then after the movie, they say, "Hey, let's go and be alone." So now they're still not really physically together. It's all just in a virtual world, like
Oh.
virtual reality. Like, in other
No.
words, if you had some sort of a virtual reality relationship with somebody,
Yeah.
is that cheating on your real person that you're
Oh, I
dating?
bet the real person would think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I have an ex who considered um, me looking at naked ladies on the computer cheating. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
don't see that as cheating. It might be objectionable to that person, but
yeah,
I mean, if it's
yeah,
not, it's I don't know. I don't see it as cheating. No,
yeah.
I don't. No,
So
not at all.
you
Not at
want
all.
so you're talking about dating. So
Yes.
I'm on. I just added another dating site to my repertoire.
Oh, really?
Atheist dating.
Well, atheist
Yeah,
dating.
I joined an atheist dating website where
Okay.
profiles of women who are atheists, because I'm an atheist and I figure I'd want this thing to have the same thing in common. So it's not
Right.
something that would come between us, because believe it or not, that is a sticking point for some people. You
You
not
being one of them,
being
I guess.
me being, well, no, me not so much.
Not so
I
much.
mean,
Okay.
I don't care if I'm dating somebody
Oh, okay.
who's a true
But
Christian, as
got it.
long as they don't try and
You
convert
don't
me,
care, right?
as
But
long as
on the
they don't
opposite,
try and drag me to church with them every Sunday.
right?
But mostly it's the women that I have heard time and again, I can't be with somebody if they're not, if they don't believe in God.
Do they actually talk like that? They sound like
Yes,
that.
they
Yes.
do.
So, I see how that could be an issue. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say any more about the subject. Anyhow,
Okay.
so let's talk about dating. So dating for older people like me, Match.com and eHarmony
Mm.
are what I consider wonderful websites, because I don't belong to any clubs. I don't go to a church or a temple per se. I have very few. I have a very small circle of friends, if any, and I'm a
Right.
social guy. So
Right.
for me to meet women, it's really hard. So to have a website where I can look at profiles and read about somebody beforehand and decide, hey, that person's interesting to me. Let me contact them, see if we can have something going on. It's wonderful.
Right.
Where
Right.
some people absolutely despise the whole system itself and would never get on a dating site. And I think, well, how do you meet people? What do you do? Stalk women at the grocery store? You go into the produce aisle and stand around,
Right.
next to the cucumbers and go, I'm bigger than that. I mean, come on, what do you do? How do you
No, you're right.
meet people?
But you know,
There are no more dance clubs like there
right.
were in the
Right.
80s, where you
Right.
could go out and meet
Right.
people.
That's true.
Women that went out and wanted to dance, they'd go with their friends, and
Yeah.
the guys would go
Yeah.
and get all dressed up in our disco
Right.
outfits and meet women. That's how I met a wonderful woman one time at a dance club on Long Island.
Right.
But there were hardly any more dance clubs.
Right.
And I not to disparage social drinking, but you don't really meet quality people in bars, or at least not the gin mills that I
I don't
remember
think so either. Yeah.
from New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'd kind of be lost without.
I
Now,
think the dating app is a good idea. I really do. And it is coming from somebody who's never had to deal with it. I've been married for it's going to be 30 years.
Yeah.
But I am curious to know, what it's like for someone.
So what would you like to know? So ask away.
Well, you mentioned that those two apps that you use, that they
eHarmony and Match.com.
that you thought they were great. So they do a really good job of matching then.
No, they do a really good job of presenting potential matches. The rest is up to you.
Would you prefer if they actually had you fill out a giant questionnaire?
Oh my gosh, eHarmony does. It's like 500 questions.
Oh wow, really?
It's like taking a personality test. Oh yeah. But the weird thing is, most of it's based on your personality and your preferences and your standing in social circles. They don't spend a lot of time on your physical preferences, which certain men have. I, for one, I have certain physical preferences that I prefer in a woman, which doesn't mean to say that I won't discount a woman if she has a different hair color than I like, or is very, very tall. or has, I don't know, features that I'm not crazy about, I know I have a certain type that I'm attracted to.
Mhm.
eHarmony does not take that into consideration. They match you by a different nomenclature, all right, different set of information. And a lot of times, what they consider a perfect match for me, I just go, oh, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Couldn't do it even on a good day. And again, sorry to say, but men are just more physically attracted at first than emotionally or attracted personality wise.
Well,
It's
it's a
just who we are.
generalization, but it's
It,
probably
it,
a
it's
lot of truth
no, it's
to
not
it.
a generalization. It's the truth. It's who we are. We are programmed this way. It's who we are. We see something we like. We try and procure it. Women
Mm,
women are wired differently. Women first
well,
have to have a bit of an emotional attraction, and then if the physical attraction kicks in, kismet. Other than that, it's completely different. We are, Mars and Venus.
mm,
That's what we are.
right.
We are polar opposites. It's amazing that couples actually, a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, or a man and a dog. It's amazing how couples actually meet and find harmony, because there are so many things that could get thrown in the works here to screw it up. It's amazing. I have found the biggest stumbling block for me is women that come on these sites, and they're all cookie cutters. I read every profile and they sound like the exact same one. And then when you finally speak to them or get them on the phone and talk to them,
Right.
all of a sudden it's, well, I'm working my full-time job, and then after I'm done I go to my second job, or I've got 5 kids at home that I'm trying to take care of, or I've got my grandchild that I watch now 3 nights a week, or I do yoga 4 nights a week, or I don't drive at night because my vision isn't good, or I'm going to college. I'm taking college courses at night, so I don't really have any time. I've
So
heard
why do you
more.
think they're on there?
I have no clue.
Hmm.
And I think, why are you wasting mine and everyone else's time if you don't have the time for a relationship? Don't put yourself out there if you don't have the time, because that's what a
Well,
relationship takes, time.
they could be looking for a 1 in a million, maybe something like that. Or, like you said, there's not really many other choices to try to find a match.
All right, I
You
get it.
know, I gotta admit though, I mean, I'd be way more cautious and nervous as a woman going on apps, where you're meeting someone who's a stranger. I know you're going to meet them in places that, are going to be safe, of
Oh,
course, but eventually
always.
there's going to be, dates where you're going to go to, it's just the two of you. And,
Well,
I
it's
just,
it's not just the physical. There's a lot of scams on these sites too.
oh, sure,
There's a
sure.
lot of scams. I fell for one back in 2003. I almost got taken.
What happened?
I see this profile,
Right,
African American woman,
right.
and I'm like, oh my God, this woman is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to contact. So I make contact, and I get contact back after midnight.
Okay.
And this person tells me that they are overseas. They're on a
Oh,
they're a model, and they're on a modeling shoot, and they'll be there for the next week. So we can only talk after midnight, and we don't talk, we only text. And so a week goes by, and we're actually becoming very fond of each other. And her supposedly, her home at the time was about 60 miles south of where I lived in Charlottesville, Virginia.
yeah.
And she kept saying, yeah, I can't wait to get home. And this is text. I can't wait to get home to meet you. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. Well, she was supposed to catch a plane on Saturday morning, fly back to the States. And don't you know, Saturday morning, I get this text. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what happened. There was a screw up with my check. I didn't get paid, blah, blah, blah. I need $750 for a plane ticket. And then I sat there and I said, you ass. I almost fell for this. Almost fell for this.
Wow. And
The
there's got
funny
to be
thing,
some people that fall for
well,
that.
the
Yeah.
funny thing is, this person actually gave a first and last name. So I happened
Well,
to, I went on Yellow Pages on the computer, and I actually typed in the name, and I typed in Farmville, which was the town that she said you lived in. And guess what? phone number came up. And I thought, I'm going to call. Now it was about 6:30 in the morning. So I call the number. And a woman answers. And I say, "Is this so and so?" She says, "Yes." I said, "You wouldn't happen to be in Africa right now?" She said, "Who is this?" I said, "My name is Ray so and so." I said, "Somebody's on Match.com using
Right.
your name
Right.
and your address to scam people, mostly
Right.
men, out
Right.
of money." And she said,
Huh.
"Is this a joke?" I said, "No joke." I said, "I almost got scammed."
But
She
there's
said,
nothing this
"Oh
woman
my,"
could do about that.
she said, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" I said, "Well, you need to contact the authorities, number
Oh,
one." I
that's
said,
true. I guess you could.
"You
Yeah.
need to contact the Commonwealth of Virginia and make sure that
Right.
somebody knows that you are not this person trying to scam, thousands of dollars out of unsuspecting, men." I said, "You need to cover your butt on
Well,
this."
that
And
was pretty
so,
clever of that scammer. I mean, to pick a real person. Probably didn't think you might go the extra mile to
ah,
check, right, to
but I did.
check up on them. Yeah.
And so she thanked me up and down and said, "Oh, thank you. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry." I said, "Don't feel
And now
bad. I
you
just
and
wanted
then
to
you
let
want a
you
date
know."
with her.
And then I went on a date with her. No,
And she was like 20 years older, but so what?
that would have been the perfect ending, wouldn't it? No, but
Yeah,
the story
right.
didn't. But the story ended, and that was that. So, but yeah, there's a lot of scammers on these sites too. Both
Um,
both men and women. They
so
prey they prey on your emotions. They
yeah,
get you hooked.
yeah,
They it's like a con. It's a con.
yeah,
It's the long con. It's confidence. You gain somebody's confidence, and then all of a sudden you hit
right,
them with the, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened. I need my rent payment for this month. My
right,
check got
right.
lost in the mail. Can you help?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that this is like, the choice. Like you said, we got no more like dance clubs or, nightclubs that you could go to like we used to be able to. Forget about, trying to, well, I mean, I guess a blind date is still a possibility, but you have to, have a pretty
Open mind.
big, well, yeah, that's,
You have to have an open mind.
and you have to have a decent circle of friends to get a blind
Right.
date, Plus,
Right.
a lot of times people meet somebody at work, right?
Right.
And your situation, you kind of work for yourself, so you're not going to really meet somebody at work,
No. It's that's
So
tough. That's really tough.
you're down to the dating sites, or what's that movie
Dumb
from
luck.
John Cusack? What was that? Yeah, Dumb Luck. What's that movie with the one you told me to finally watch? I finally
Serendipity.
watched. Yeah,
Yeah.
where just by chance,
Chance.
right?
Right.
You
Chance
meet
meeting.
somebody,
Yeah.
and then it's destiny to whatever
Yeah.
to meet them again, and finally whatever. Or if you're able to act on that, or
Yeah.
like you said, or just luck,
Well, I find myself getting more and more bolder as I get older.
Okay,
Not
bolder,
that
older.
I will really just I will just randomly approach people or women that I think that first of all, you got to make sure they're not wearing a ring, because you don't want to be an idiot and say, "Hi, would you like to go on a date?" And she flashes you the wedding ring,
Especially if you
the
use that
wedding band.
voice. Yeah, that's
Yeah, "Hey, would you like to go out with me?" Sure. Do you have an older, smarter brother? No. Anyway, and is he rich? Anyway, so I find myself asking women out left and right now. I don't care anymore. I'm like, the worst they could do is say no, and
right.
I can take rejection with the best of them. I don't have a problem with rejection.
What's
And
your
sometimes,
age range? Fully.
well, because I think young, and I'm
Right.
actually in pretty good shape still, and I don't consider myself old. I wouldn't want to go below the age of 50, because I think you start getting into another generation where you
Sure.
wouldn't have as much in common with. And I
I
think
agree.
having things in common with your mate
Right.
is very, very important.
Yeah, I agree.
This adage that opposites attract, that doesn't work.
You know what though? That line of thinking that you just said, and I agree with it, probably makes us old. Getting back to
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't go below 50, and I won't go higher than
agree,
60. I won't go higher than 65.
Okay. All right,
Because I
that's
think,
a reasonable range.
yeah,
Considering your
for
age.
someone
So,
that's
yeah,
going
I
to
get it.
turn 64 in a
Yeah.
month, yeah, I think.
Well,
I
don't
think
give
it's-
up. I think you
Oh
should
no, I haven't given up.
keep
No.
trying on that. And so this is legitimate. This, let's say, atheist.
Oh Oh, it's legitimate, but considering that only 1 in 4 people in this country identify as atheists, it's pretty slim pickings. I've got maybe
all
20
right, so it's a niche
examples.
market you got now.
Yeah, at best, a niche market. Yeah, if you're lucky. Anyway, so
All
I'm
right. Well,
not
you'll
putting a
have
lot
to let us know how things start to go with that.
Here,
you
I'm
know?
not putting a lot of faith in the atheist website. Get it?
Hey, you said
Anyway.
faith. Wait a minute.
Yeah, in the atheist website. Anyway,
There's a line.
all right. So moving on.
All right. So, yeah.
Let's talk about stupid people.
Oh, we didn't do that already?
No.
There's a lot of talk about stupid people.
No, let's talk about stupid people.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I've been
Generally, or
well, I just
this
want
past week?
I just want to state that I must have been living in a cave because I always thought that people were smarter than dumber. And because I have not been exposed to that many stupid people in my life, you get this idea in your head that generally people are smart. And
Uh-huh.
after the last, let's say, 7 years since 2015, I've come to realize that there are a lot more stupid people, not only in this country, but in the world than I had suspected. And apparently they've been pulled out of the woodwork by the king of the stupid people, our former president.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I am just amazed how these people are able to function in society with well below your average IQ. And
See, I don't agree on that because I've told you this before, and I get your line of thinking there, and I agree on textbook term of what someone's stupid is. I
Yeah.
agree, but at the same time, I have known and still know a lot of people that are well educated and very highly intelligent. Okay, in
Yes.
terms of what the knowledge they know, but it's
you've told me
amazing
this.
how that does not go in hand with them still being able to be a moron, okay, or just easily manipulated, or easy to follow something, or
Easy to
just
fool.
gullible.
Yeah.
So you could still be really smart, textbook smart,
Yeah.
right? Book smart. And just, I hate using that term common sense because I don't know what that really means. It's something our parents used to say, oh, you have no common sense. What does that even mean, really? What does that really mean?
Oh, common sense is if you're walking along and you see a manhole cover missing from the manhole, do you step where the manhole cover would be or do you walk around it? That's common sense. It doesn't take intelligence to know that. That's just common sense.
Okay.
Intelligence would be to ask, I wonder who needed that manhole cover more than the manhole did, and I wonder what they're doing with it.
So we're talking about, well, we come down to judgment then.
Yes, common sense is a lot about judgment, about making the right.
So that's why for me, the judgment part doesn't seem to come along, sadly, with how educated or how smart you might be. See what I mean? It's really weird.
No, they don't. They don't go hand in hand.
They don't. You can be intelligent, smart. You can be an engineer. You could be a rocket scientist
and have no common sense whatsoever.
No, I won't use common sense, but definitely have a problem with judgment, and that's why it's very easy for people to be manipulated easier to believe in something.
And be conned.
Yeah.
Be conned into following somebody.
I feel that as much as I want to believe that, oh, you know what? You can fix someone like that. But
no. I don't think so.
No, I'm starting to think you can't.
No, you can't.
I'm starting to think you can't.
Look, a lot has to do with your environment, who you're brought up by, the
what
level
you're exposed
of
to.
what you're exposed to,
how open or closed your mind is.
geographic location. You and I,
Huge part, yeah.
you and I lived in New York. You're still there. I've been in Virginia for almost 30 years.
Right.
We're New Yorkers by
Sure.
heart.
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
and we have to be especially astute to our surroundings and have an enormous amount of common sense, or you don't make it there. And
Well,
so
yeah.
just by
Especially the closer you get to the city. As you
it
go
gets-
further and further out, it's sort of just
you,
like,
you can be a bumpkin.
yeah,
You can definitely
exactly.
be a country
50
bumpkin.
miles out or less, you could have.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's true.
Closer
and
you
it's
get to the
funny.
city-
There's a lot of states, right? You know this. There's a lot of places you go
Oh, yeah.
outside New York where they think we're all New Yorkers. We're all like
Mm.
city people, and that's
No,
not really true.
there are levels of
Yes.
New Yorkers.
Yes.
and so early on we learn how to have common sense and be aware of our surroundings to survive,
yeah, it's true.
because it's that horrible a place.
Well,
which is why,
horrible place. You know what?
again, it's a personal view, and it's my
Yeah.
personal view. I come to visit you, and I'm there for about 3 days, and after 3 days I can't take it anymore, and I have to get back here. And here isn't really much better. I live 15 minutes from the seat of the Confederacy, and I'm telling you, there are places in the hills here, in the mountains, where
but
they're
you're
still
not
fighting
finding
the war.
the same sort of people or whatever it is that you're running into here that kind of boils you a little bit that you're finding there. It's something different, right? But it's still
No, what's the thing about there is in New York is just the rudeness, the
Yeah,
pace.
we're known for that. We wear that as a badge.
Yeah, the rudeness, the pace, the garbage, the dirtiness.
Yeah.
The
It depends where you are, but
you look up at
you
the
go
sky.
further out. It can be a little
You look up-
cleaner, but
Yeah, you look up at the sky, and it's like you're looking through a film. It's like you're looking through a dirty screen. It's just a completely different lifestyle between there and here.
yeah.
And I got to tell you, this place is starting to get on my nerves too. I'm a blue dot in a red state. And
Well, aside from that, there's also no perfect place. There isn't.
no, well,
You
I don't
know?
know. I think Las Vegas is pretty perfect, and I
Well,
haven't been
perfect
there.
to you, but someone could be
perfect to
like,
me.
"Oh, it's too much of a risk for me for the gambling,"
Yeah.
or maybe it's even though it's dry, it's too hot
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to be surrounded by mountains because you're like in this, nice
yeah.
area,
No,
but
I
then
like that,
there's
yeah.
mountains out there, so
I
you
like
kinda-
sand. Yeah, I like it hot. I like it dry.
Well,
I
the
like
thing
sand.
that's you, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
so I don't know. There's no perfect place, but there might be
No.
a place that's perfect for you. How's
Well,
that?
Swedes would tell you differently. Sweden is supposed to be a very wonderful place.
Now
Sweden,
that looks
and
kind of cold to me.
Yeah, cold. Yeah, but you bundle up. So,
Um,
and I'm sure their summers aren't that bad. So,
all right.
anyway,
So we're moving to Sweden.
okay. We're gonna look out a place. Two Italians.
So hopefully this episode's going to get us some more followers.
You
It'd
think?
be really great if
What?
we could at least get some kind of feedback.
Feedback.
We did
That's
not
where
get
people-
feedback, and I'm going to pledge right now, like Jerry Lewis telethon, please.
Oh. Drum roll. Timp. Give me the timpani.
Woo. We got nothing in the coffer.
Okay, feedback. Explain to our audience what that means, Bill.
Oh, it's really just letting us know what you think about the show. Letting
Oh.
us know what you think
you
about
think
the
about
show.
the
And it
show.
could be
Ooh.
just like, you suck,
You suck.
or
Yeah.
it was good. It doesn't
It
have
was
to be
good.
that much.
No,
Tell
really.
us on
Two
Twitter.
words.
Tell us on, Instagram.
on our website.
Tell us on
pull yourself to
wherever you
pieces.
listen. Just write in a comment. Just like
Yeah.
maybe laugh
we
or
love
I hated
feedback.
it. Something.
We
Let
love
us know.
feedback. Yeah, 'cause we have no idea if we're doing a good job.
Right.
The fact that we've losing listeners tells us we're not doing a good job. Hence the new format.
Well, it could be that. It could be the time of the year. It could be you. It
Sure,
could.
blame me. What the hell? Yeah, I did write most of the copy for the show. So yeah, if it sucks, it's my fault. Okay, I can cop to it.
See, now we don't write any more copy, so now this
No.
is it. So
This is it,
we only have
folks.
ourselves to
You're-
blame.
You're stuck with us now.
Right.
Two idiots. All right,
So-
so we have a couple of things we're going to do, right, Bill?
Yeah, we're gonna go do those right
Let's do
now.
them now because we've already talked for almost 55 minutes.
Yeah, we did. We got to get
And
off.
I think we're only going to do. I think we're only going to do one of those. So I say we do the the wacky states, the laws
the
of the
loony
land.
laws of the land. All right,
I love that.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with the loony laws of the land. This is Bill.
And this is Ray.
And you're listening to Pull Yourself to Pieces. Catch a brand new episode every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday? Wait, every week?
Well,
you expect me here every single week to do this?
Are you serious?
I have things to do. I got library books. I gotta wash my car.
Are you serious? You can't be here just to record once a week?
All right.
Whew.
It's time for Loony Laws of the Land.
All right, we're going to do a Loony Laws of the Land where we get some bizarre, crazy laws that really exist in any one of the different states in this country. We've done...
can't wait. We did Hawaii and what was the other one? Alaska.
Alaska, right. And today we're going to do Alabama.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, Alabama. Woo.
All righty.
Go. All right. Get ready for this, Ray. All right.
I'm ready.
Real laws that are active in Alabama, including this one.
Yeah.
You must have windshield wipers on your car. Now, that one's kind of, that makes sense. That's not a loony law to me.
Well, that's going to disqualify a lot of older vehicles that were built without windshield wipers. But I guess you can possibly get antique plates for that and maybe skirt that law somehow.
Well, not for nothing. If you got a car that's that old and it's got no windshield wipers, I'm worried about you being on the road following me or in front of me with it raining.
You mean in my Model T?
Yeah.
In my 1923 Model T?
Got no hood.
Yeah.
Just, go out on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Perfect weather conditions. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Okay. So if it's raining, you're in trouble. All right. And if you don't have any windshield wipers.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's a good law.
We'll
chalk one up to good.
Yeah. Okay. In Mobile, Alabama, it's illegal to split orange peels. Oh, to spit orange peels onto the sidewalk.
There's an epidemic of orange peels on the sidewalk.
I want someone to send me pictures of this. I want to see the streets.
The
streets are filled with orange peels here in Alabama.
Okay, so not for nothing. I was under the impression that most of the oranges that we get are from Florida. So you're telling me Alabama is a big producer of oranges too,
or at least if they're taking their peels and they're spitting them out.
Orange peels are biodegradable. I doubt anybody's going to trip on one. What is the problem here?
Actually, orange peels, there's some, orange peels have some really good health benefits. If you take the peel and you get the what is it called? The rind from the rind, right? That get that
you can make
not the juice, but it's the
make jelly out of that. Yeah.
Well, they can turn into a powder and you can put it into anything, but orange peel is incredibly healthy. Incredibly healthy. Way more healthy than any of the actual citrus fruit on the inside.
Yeah, no, I prefer to eat what's in the middle of it.
All right, how about this one?
Yeah.
This is wow. It's illegal to put salt on a railroad track. It's punishable by death.
Railroad track? I mean, are we talking the railroad ties, or are we talking the rails itself?
It says here that salt on a track can attract cattle. So,
hey Bessie, I smell some salt on that track. Let's go over and lick it.
Wow. All right.
Salt on the track. Yeah, that law is probably 200 years old. At least.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Well, no, wait. 1800s, right?
Yeah,
1850s.
there were
first
rails.
trains?
There were trains. Sure. At least
Wow.
that law's got to be close to 200 years old.
Wow. All right. It's
Hence,
illegal
yeah.
for boogers to be. They cannot be, flicked into the wind. So remember that it's illegal.
I could never live in this state. I could never live there.
Well, this one won't be a problem for you. It's illegal to impersonate a priest in Alabama.
Why would you want to? Well, unless you like molesting little boys, there'd be no reason to impersonate a priest. A police. Yeah.
Speaking of priest,
Yeah.
in the church, it's also illegal to wear a fake mustache in church.
Sideburns are okay, but no mustache.
It's also illegal to spray silly string. I can't believe it. Really? Ah,
Oh
come
my
on.
gosh. They're taking away all the fun. You can't spit.
In Montgomery, whoa, boy.
What?
In Montgomery, Alabama, it's illegal
Yeah.
to open an umbrella on the street.
Well,
Wait.
what the hell are you supposed to do for training? What do? Do you jump in your car and open it and then try and get out?
Yeah, it says it can spook horses. So
Spook horses.
what? But
Again, a 200-year-old
if it's
law
raining,
Uh,
I can't believe I'm reading this right. Yeah, it's
you
yeah.
must be. Go ahead.
It's illegal to wear a mask in public. So Ray, no more mask you wear.
Rats.
Really? Why?
It spooks the horses. What the hell should I know?
Oh, and you got to stop doing this one. It's illegal to put an ice cream cone in your back pocket. No more, Ray. That's not where you're supposed to store it.
Oh man,
Okay.
I can't believe this.
The front pocket.
Front pocket's okay. Where am I going to put my hot cup of coffee?
On your head.
Oh my gosh! All right, keep going.
Oh, should I?
Don't stop now.
It's illegal to sell peanuts after sundown on Wednesdays. That's only in Lee County, though. So,
And the elephants are not happy. They are not
God.
happy. The elephant contingency wants this law banished. They're like, what if we want a peanut at 9 p.m.?
okay. Now, here's one that's actually legal. It is legal
Yeah.
to drive down a one-way street the wrong way as long as you have a lantern attached to the front of your vehicle. And it's okay.
That makes perfect sense.
He's
'Cause
coming.
I never leave home without a lantern, just in case I am forced to drive down a one-way street the wrong way. I always have my trusty lantern.
Oh, man. It is illegal for someone to drive while blindfolded. Thank God.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you have a lantern. What? Good.
Okay, you are not allowed in Mobile, Alabama to bathe in the city fountain.
That's it. I could never live there. I could
that
never live
did
there.
it for you, right? That one.
Taking
You're
all
like,
my fun. Can't
damn
wear a
it.
mustache in church. Can't get peanuts after Wednesday, and I can't go naked. I can't skinny dip in the fountain. Forget it. I'm going to Mississippi.
All right, and here's one last one. In Anniston, okay, it's
Anniston.
illegal to wear blue jeans while walking down Noble Street. Only that street. Only It's like, oh, you got the next street over, pal. All right, there's no blue jeans on the street. You can't make this up.
Hey, what about that naked guy? Hey, he's not wearing blue jeans.
We just saw him in the fountain.
Yeah. Why is he wet? He just came out of the fountain.
He don't use an umbrella.
I love it. Any more?
That's it.
That's it, huh?
We'll do another state next week.
All right. So all we can say is our hearts go out to the residents of Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait till we get to our own states. That's going to be fun.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, we hope you enjoyed our new show, and
Yes.
hope you'll listen and hope you'll tell people about it and get people to listen. And absolutely, please, if you enjoyed the show, please comment.
Yes.
Leave a comment somewhere,
Yes.
whether you liked it or not. We really appreciate your feedback. so we know whether we're doing a good job.
Until the next time, hopefully we get some feedback and we get to hear what you think, and we'll keep going. And
Because we have nothing better to do.
right.
It's not like we have jobs. All right. Well,
All right.
This is Ray signing off.
Same here, Bill here, and till next week.
Be good to each other out there.
All right, yeah. Please check out our website, pullyourselftopieces.com.
That's right.
And you can subscribe to the show in Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, and YouTube, or via RSS, so you'll never miss an episode.
And if you enjoy our show, don't forget to give us a high rating.
And remember to tell your friends about the show.
Thanks for listening to our show, and thank you to freesounds.org and Gottlieb, Audio Mirage, Plasterbrain, Cognito Perceptu, FK Prod, Mirage Taser, Shadow Wisp, D-Boss, Viku Seru, Intra Environmental Sound Project, Julian Nicholas, Carmelo Mike, G Kill Hour, 140178 Sound, CMU Sound Design, Alan Mchi, Der Super Anton, Eric H2000, Bulbastray, FK Phantom, Ultra Dust, Ada Records, Stuart Colborn, Debroid, Cubidup, GJ, Syntax Seed, Inspector J, Astounded, Madge 061785, Just Invoke, Short Record, Lorenzo Sue, and I'm Mackenzie. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/legal code.